Welcome back, Youngzers, episode 12. 12 weeks deep. Um, Absolute stinkeroni from the Steelers Bills. If you're a Buffalo fan, congratulations. If you're a Steelers fan, sad boy hours, I guess. But 38-3, sad field goal in there. How are we feeling after this loss, boys?
Like your background. I mean, that pretty much sums it up.
Dog hunched over the nice nugget coming out of its behind. So yeah. Everyone just looks disgusted right now, as we should.
It was a disgusting game. I mean, you have your kick returner leaving the game with an eye patch on. I mean, that's all you got to say there. Steven Sims, pre-game eye injury. James Pierre takes the kickoff, completely botches it. They literally had a guy with one eye trying to return kicks. He had Steve the Pirate back there from.
Jeez,
They called in one of the Renegades to go clean off the
Renegade Rotunda, yeah.
I mean, it's bad. It's bad.
But realistically, did we really think that? Did we have high hopes for this year? Honestly, be honest, because behind every Yinzer, there's this false sense of hope. And I get it. Like, you want your team to succeed, but look what's on paper, man. And then you start losing key pieces of your defense. Yeah, you can't even stop somebody. They were booing Buffalo's team or fans were booing that they were punting because they went like the 4 past games without having a punt.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just I expected it. I didn't have high hopes for the season, and maybe that's on me, so I don't get my feelings hurt or my hopes crushed. But I didn't see it going very well this year.
I mean, I don't think anyone had high hopes, but just a 38-3 ass whooping where you just were not competitive the whole game. That's not something we're used to as, Steeler Nation. Just getting your doors blown off like that. I mean, that was just, you're down, you're starting safety, starting cornerback, TJ Watt's out. You're missing 3 key players, but, 38-3, four touchdowns in the first half. 99. It is a dumpster fire. Here's a dumpster. There's a dumpster. There's a train wreck. There's the
dog taking a shit.
That's a storyboard for the Steelers game today and the season overall. I mean, it was pathetic. And Dan, I am fully on board with you right now. Mike Tomlin pissing like a puppy. Get off the porch. You're kicking field goals to cut the deficit to 25. I'm glad they missed both of them. That was
living in his fears. I'm telling you, dude.
He is. I said that. He's confirmed living in his fears.
It's so bad whenever Amanda and I were watching the game and she goes, they're kicking a field goal. Like, why not? Or no. They went for it. They ended up going for it. She's like, why not kick the field goal? I was like, because they're down 35 and it's halfway through the third. I mean, there's no coming back. You couldn't move the ball. Well, they kind of did move the ball. Kenny didn't have a terrible game. He went over 200, right?
Over
so, I mean,
over
300. Okay. So, I mean, realistically, he was okay. They just couldn't put drives together. And then when they did, they were getting, Buffalo was getting key stops, you know what I mean? And then, you get some lingerie on the field here and there. So it was a dumpster fire. It was a train wreck. It was hard to look away, even though you want to shield your eyes, but you can't.
I mean, let's not get it wrong. The defense was clearly the worst aspect, and special teams were the worst. And it's, really rarely say that. Offensively, Najee Harris does not look 100%. He doesn't look like he was last year. I thought Jaylen Warren came in the game, ran the ball more effective. He was running harder, looking for the contact. I really liked how he played. But that was really, Kenny Pickett over 300 yards. He had a bad interception where he didn't see Elam there. Hey, a rookie's going to do that. He was very composed for most of the game, which that was something, as you're watching young rookie quarterbacks like that, the poise was there for the most part, which you can definitely tell he's raw. He was making some throws he shouldn't have, but I think the bigger issue was the drops by the receivers on offense that A, killed key drives, and B, were just so ridiculous. I don't know how many Deontay and Chase Claypool dropped today, but they, I don't know what else to say about it. It looked like Lima Swede was lining up there. I mean, George Pickens is an absolute dog. Let's get that straight too. George Pickens had a great game. The receivers, though, the main ones that are supposed to be your, wide receiver 1 or a wide receiver 2, no. And Pat Freiermuth's 3rd concussion in 2 years. I mean, that's not good either. He got sandwiched 2 helmets side to side. He was out cold on the turf. I mean, it was just an ugly game.
I think my mic. But I knew the game was over when the first play of the offensive day goes to Derek Watt on a bootleg. And I look at my dad, I said, I totally forgot. I said, he's 44. And then I remembered it's Derek Watt. Like, I don't know. And then that's when I had a bone to pick with Tony Romo. Comes in and says, oh, Kenny Pickett looks scared. Next play, takes a third down and 8 snap, throws a dime to the sidelines to George Pickens, and after that, you really don't hear from much from Tony Romo saying, "Oh, he's a great kid," you know what I mean? But like, I don't know where you go from here.
Down. You keep going down.
I think if I'm the Steelers, I hold TJ Watt out all year.
They don't want to do that though.
I understand he won't because he loves the game of football, but that's what his brother should have done when he came back and tried to play again and got hurt even worse. So what he should do is he should stay out. The secondary, wow, they are piss poor. They need to go out and get offensive line help. They need to go out and go get secondary, all 5 positions, not even just. We have the safety blank. Oh, we have Minka still.
Minka's fine.
But like, I don't know where you go from here. And Andrew, if you want to take away on our boy Devin Bush, go ahead, buddy.
I mean, first of all, I'm gonna defend the defense a little bit here. You don't need all 5 players. Witherspoon was arguably the best corner this year. He's out. Cam Sutton was battling an injury. He tried to grind it out there, couldn't finish the game. Levi Wallace concussion. That's, you have practice squad guys trying to go up against Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen at that point. Devin Bush, if I don't even know the analogy I could do. Dan Moore, I don't know how to work it in. Dan Moore's like a New York City subway turnstile, just letting everybody through. And Devin Bush, I mean, he's just going through there, not looking where he's going. Josh Allen, they bring the blitz there. He's in the backfield looking around. Look 20 yards behind you, buddy. Stomp. He should have done his biggest play, his best highlight from college. Go stomp on the Buffalo logo while Josh Allen's blown by you for a 30-yard gain. That's about all he's good for right now. How do you look that clueless? It looked like he just played a game of Dizzy Blitzed and didn't know where the hell he was. I mean, that's how bad that was. Even Tony Romo's openly laughing on the broadcast at him. How bad is that? How bad is that?
At that point, I think Devin Bush, he's in the sink. That's all I'm gonna say.
We're not starting
there.
But I think this is the worst loss to memory. I think as a Steelers fan, I don't know what can compare it. I think we had a sad field goal game against the Patriots a couple years ago in Pittsburgh. Was it the first game of the year? It wasn't whenever it should have been a touchdown.
Not the Jesse James game. No,
There's one back there though. I think that's the only other bad loss, but. Going into this game, like Dan said, I had no expectations. I have no expectations for this season. I mean, ceiling, I was thinking 500, but I think that's out the window. I don't even know. I think we'll start the game, like the next 3 games we're going to lose too.
Yes.
Okay.
You're going to
pick right now.
First Dolphins, who else? Who's the third one?
Philly, Miami, and Tampa.
Yeah. It might be 1-8, might be cruising in 1-8, so
challenging the Texans for the basement here.
So here's the thing: you're going to go into the bye at 1-7.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Because I don't see them winning any of the next 3 games, and you come out of the bye and you got they got the Saints after the bye.
I think so. Somewhere in there.
I think it's right after the bye. The next game is the Saints. That's a loss. I'm telling you, they're going to finish.
Yeah.
I'm so bold right now. They'll get 2 more wins this year, and that's it. That's it. So you're going to be sitting there, and it's disgusting to say as a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. You're going to be sitting there at 3-14.
Yeah.
Like that's Cleveland Brown shit. You know what I mean? That ain't Pittsburgh Steelers. But here's the other thing: they're trying to rebuild and still stay competitive. This team isn't competitive.
Oh.
That way has come and gone. And here's another thing. I think Mike Tomlin, his seat's got to be more than warm. It's got to be hot
They look
because
good.
you're seeing that like you said, the little dog's sitting on the porch, taking a piss, while the big dog's out there drinking out the bowl or whatever you want to say. It's ridiculous. He's getting out coached. He's living in his fears. That's the biggest thing, and it's pissing me off. Why didn't he challenge that call or that Pickens catch? Because it was a catch.
Yeah.
It's not the rules. It's like a hand and a hand and a foot doesn't count. That's what I knew you were. I knew someone was gonna say it. It's not. They clarified it on like Twitter, like the NFL clarified. That's not a catch.
Regardless,
I understand though. Yeah.
They didn't say anything about them taking a look at it upstairs or anything. Even Romo and them were talking about it. Like, why don't you take a look upstairs? Have someone, and they're like, nobody must have called. They must be getting coffee. And that's the thing. Like, you're gonna just quit on your team. At least throw the challenge flag, and then if you lose that challenge, then we have clarification. You know what I mean? Because when you're sitting there watching it, it's like, okay, well, you just gave up on the game already. George Pickens didn't give up on that play. He didn't give up on the game. He's still out there running routes, catching balls. Yeah. But you want to give up on your team? Mike Tomlin, man, I'm telling you, I appreciate what he's done. But he's just not getting it done. And it comes back to, the record in the playoffs the last 15 years.
Yeah, 15 years.
15 years. And now you don't have your Hall of Fame quarterback. So you better hope. Okay, we'll give him one because Cowher got one. Remember, Cowher had that one losing season. And then Cowher come back and got you the AFC Championship games. So it happens. So I'll give Tomlin this year as a pass, okay? Yeah, I'm going to be up in arms about it. I'm going to be pissed off about it. But next year, if it's just as bad, there's going to be a witch hunt.
Hey, the takes after today are just going to be scorching about Mike Tomlin, number one. And, I don't think he's above any of it, right now. That looked like a team that just got off a 4-day party on the Gateway Clipper. They got, something happened there. I don't know. They look like a totally unprepared football team. The only two offensively, Cam Hayward's always angry on defense. He's the leader there. The only two three on offense that actually I think showed up were George Pickens, Kenny Pickett, and James Daniels, which this is the first official James Daniels fan club podcast because
Warren.
Yeah, and Jalen Warren.
Yeah, I'll give Warren. Yeah,
I forgot about him. But Kenny Pickett, that late hit by, the late hit. You can debate it all you want. It was a late hit by DeMar Hamlin. James Daniels comes over like a grizzly bear, just planted him. That's a kind of player. If Marquise Pouncey was still there, DeMar Hamlin.
Yeah. Dead. Yeah, and that's the thing, though. I can get behind that. Even if you take a 15 or you get tossed, you're protecting your young quarterback, regardless of who hit him. Or if he tried to pull up and then ran it. No, he was coming in, but Kenny was sliding. The rules in place to protect the player. I don't give a damn if it's he slid late. It doesn't matter. The rules in place. Mm-hmm. It's got to be 100%. It doesn't matter if it's Kenny Pickett or TB12. If that hit is happening, the flag needs to be thrown. I don't care. That's the rule. Look at like I told you guys on Snapchat, Cam Newton's career was shortened because he would get hit because he's a bigger guy and he wouldn't get the benefit of the flag. You know what I mean? He would take unnecessary hits. Yeah, he was mobile and stuff. He was a bigger guy, like I said, but he wasn't protected. And that hindered him. It did. It really did. And so is that what's going to happen to Kenny? Is that what's going to he's a rookie. We're not going to throw the flag. We're going to eat the flag. You can't do that because if that would have happened to Josh Allen and Minka hit him the same way, there would have been lingerie all over the field as soon as he hit him.
Look at Tom Brady. He just gets wrapped up and
rolled down. Yeah.
Rolled down. Not even a late hit. 30 hit, rolled down. A 15-yard penalty. That's the kind of BS where you can debate it all you want. You can say, he slid late. They thought he was going to fake slide. First of all, you can't fake slide after Kenny did it last year. There's a reason that rule's there. Number one. Number two, late hit or not, when someone's doing that and it's your rookie quarterback and they go low, you hit someone like that, there's going to be repercussions. Because, Dan Moore's still spinning on the left side trying to figure out where Von Miller is. I'm glad that James Daniels was at least aware and near the play as to what happened and put him down. And then same thing at the end of the game. Was it Carl Lawson? Went low on him, Shaq Lawson.
Yeah.
Goes low. That could have been very bad.
Yeah.
The way his knee was. That's a chicken shit play by Lawson at the end of the game. There's honestly no need for you to even dive at a quarterback's legs. I'm glad Kenny pushed him, got in his face. You saw Chucks come in, get in his face, but come on, like that's too. I was kind of pissed off at how the Bills, the Bills played it. I think karma's coming for that city. There's something that happens. Someone's gonna tear their shit. I don't want it to happen. I don't, but something's gonna happen the way they're out there parading around, wagging their fingers. When was the last time they won a Super Bowl?
Never.
Yeah. I can't relate. That city's
Poor Jim Kelly.
They're a little too up, they're up on their high horse right now. Some team's gonna come in there, smack them around, and bring them down. Mark my words. What time is it?
Yeah.
6:27. Mark it.
But like I said, before you got on, I said, Buffalo, you made a pretty big enemy today. That enemy's me, and probably, let's say, decent bit of the city of Pittsburgh. But going back on that little first skirmish after the Kenny slide hit, what bullshit that there was no penalty on the Buffalo side of things. Like, you think I guaranteed the Steelers would have got like more on their side, but I was like, no penalty for the Buffalo side at all. Like,
no, they threw.
They didn't give Buffalo anything.
I thought it was an offset 15 unsportsman.
No, it was all in the Steelers there.
Yeah, Dotson
I was waiting for it.
Daniels got shoved around the whole sideline by all of them.
Yeah,
literally in the sideline.
That's a bunch of bullshit too.
Yeah, because you can't go after somebody even if they're on your sideline. That's why they you try to get off that sideline, get as far away as you can, because you're gonna have 53 other guys after you. You got to call something there, you would think.
You know what I'd advocate for next time if that happens? They want to push you around their sideline. You pull a Pedro Martinez. Just go after a coach and throw him down, headbutt him, send a little message.
Yeah.
You want to play dirty. Pittsburgh ain't afraid to go lower.
Like Tom Coughlin or whatever. You can't be doing it to him. But some bag of bones. Yeah, I can't be hitting him. But yeah. Buffalo, you made an enemy. That city is getting too big for their britches, like Andrew said. Yeah. Just the cockiness. Like, I saw them before. Like, I didn't mind Buffalo. It was like America's sweetheart. They built their way up. But I can't act like they've been there before, because they haven't been there before. So, like, the way they're acting, I think they're going to make enemies pretty quickly, though.
I can get how you kind of have that, I don't know, chip on your shoulder or that ignorance about you, because when you're the doormat of that division for so long and the Pats dominated that division for so long, I can kind of understand it, because you getting your come up already. But there's a time and a place, and there's a way about it too. Like you said,
opponent. Yeah.
What's that?
Do it against a good opponent. The Steelers are not a good opponent.
Yeah.
This is a fan base defining game for them. Like, this is a game that they should have won, but like respectfully acted, which I don't think they really did. Like, this
as
is
a fan base
where you either become a Philly fan base or like a more class. They turned Philly. They went full Philly today.
Well, they are known as Bills Mafia, so what do you really expect out of that? You know what I mean?
Bills Mafia.
That's just because they put each other through
Philly.
tables.
Yeah,
that's pretty tough, though.
I mean, you're injuring yourself, though.
You know what's not tough is when they give themselves the condiment bukkake. That's not tough. That's disgusting.
That's yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I wouldn't mind getting covered with? Especially like when I get that grogginess and them weird feelings, and I don't want to get some sugared up energy drink. I turn to a Turner's Premium Iced Tea.
Cold, refreshing, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Right out of the nipple, too. That's the best way to drink it.
Straight from it. Ain't nothing better.
No one in the city of Buffalo is doing that. I'm just saying, they're one injury away from, and they're keeping Josh Allen in there a little too long. They're getting a little too bold. Who knows? Just saying, they play against a divisional opponent, or next week against the Chiefs on Sunday Night Football.
Yeah. Next week.
You really think so?
I promise you that we are starting to see, like I said at the beginning of the year, everybody's going to remember that Patrick Mahomes is still Patrick Mahomes. And last week he showed Tom Brady, here's my, you know what I mean? Here's the revenge.
Pass the torch.
Took a receipt.
Here you go, and then here comes Josh Allen. That's all the hype was, even in any, market. Everybody's saying, oh, Josh Allen this, Josh Allen that. Patrick Mahomes is going to. It's in Kansas City, prime time. It's That's the early pick from our square this week is the Kansas City Chiefs.
I love it. You know who I'm excited? Well, you know I'm most excited about though for that game. Tony Romo not being on that call. You know, we were discussing this earlier. Yeah, maybe a little roast today. Ryan's Buffalo made an enemy, and that's Ryan for this week. Tony Romo's.
I hate to break it to you, but Tony Romo will be on the call now. They
Will
already announced it.
Are you kidding me?
They said it on the air
Yeah,
today.
yeah.
I missed
His
that.
pits were sweating on camera too.
But
He's a sweaty nerd. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. The only thing I have to defend about is like I get it. You know what I mean? The Lawson one was terrible. Like he went low. Like that's illegal. Everything in between. But like the thing
It's
that
not a close game either.
the thing that the cameras didn't show is like after the Hamlin hit, they showed like the highlights and everything of like, and then Hamlin went over, tapped himself on the chest, and you know what I mean, tapped Kenny on the backside and said that's my fault. You know what I mean? Like I messed up. You know what I mean?
I saw that, but either way, that's
It's
fine.
just-
but that still has to be a penalty.
That's what I mean. Like that's like people are gonna go at him because he's a Pitt kid. You know what I mean? They're gonna be in his mentions saying like, "Oh, you forgot where you grew up." Like, yeah, he's just, I don't know.
Here's my thing with that, and I take it back to when Joe Flacco got ran over. Who was the linebacker from Miami?
Kiko Alonso.
Yeah, Kiko Alonso ran him over. Really didn't. He was sliding. Joe Flacco was sliding. Kiko come in with the shoulder, and you could tell he was upset about hitting him like that, and they mobbed him. So what if Kenny would have got his head ripped off? What if he would have came up another foot and hit him in the head? I understand you don't have bad intentions about it. It's still you did it. You know what I mean? You still you put yourself in that position. You have to be you have to be under control of your body, and that's why that rule is there. It's just like defenseless receivers. You know, in the secondary, you want to separate man from ball, but now you really can't because you can't hit them because they're coming down with their head down or whatever, and you hit them in the wrong spot. That's why that rule's there.
Yeah.
That's why that rule's there.
Like the
That's all I'm trying to get at. Is the rule is there, and it should be there 100% of the time for whoever you are.
Yeah, no matter if it's an accident or not, like if you shit the bed, you shit the bed. You got to clean it up afterwards.
Yeah.
You know, like you just can't act like you didn't shit the bed.
Yeah, you can't pull a Danny DeVito and It's Always Sunny and just keep crapping the bed and try and blame it on someone else. You got to take a little accountability for that. Otherwise, it's just not going to fly.
It's probably like a situation like in basketball, the young guys aren't get the calls early. The vets get the calls, the stars get the calls. But
I understand it. Yeah, because you're gonna get somebody hurt. You know what I mean? Because if Kenny would have got hit in the head there, I'm sure there would have been a flag. But why isn't there a flag there? Because he's still sliding. You know what I mean? He's giving himself up. He gave himself up. And somebody else wanted to say, oh well, he slid late. Oh. And that's on him? No, that's on the defensive player to have to pull up. You know what I mean? So just because he slid late, oh well, he has a history. There's a rule that you can't fake slide anymore.
Yeah,
and that's the guy. Why?
That's the thing. He's still going like low. So,
yeah. Are you really going to hit a quarterback in the knees like that in the open field? No, not. I mean, maybe Josh Allen. No, but like Josh Allen, a bigger guy. Yeah, sure, you're going to go lower, but. Yeah. You knew he was sliding. That's why you were parallel with the ground, and you're only a foot and a half off the ground. You're lucky you didn't hit him in the head. You'd be catching fines and suspensions.
So hear me out on this. This is. I'm just floating this out there. The Steelers, not good. Pat Fryermuth's out. Correct.
His head looked like scrambled eggs. Let's not sugarcoat that.
Yes.
I'm sure everyone here has seen the clip of Draymond Green, former football player Draymond Green. Punching out Jordan Poole in the Warriors practice.
Correct.
Better way. His own teammate. What better way to kind of kill two birds with one stone? Draymond leaves the Warriors, joins the Steelers. Someone takes a run at Kenny Pickett. You just got to make sure Draymond's not hitting Kenny Pickett now. But Draymond in there throwing a couple.
Draymond did play tight end, right? Michigan State.
Michigan State.
Yeah.
There we go. Him and Connor Hayward. Two tight.
I'm all about it.
Tight ends right there.
All about it.
Let's get Draymond in there and knock somebody out. I mean, what the heck? What they're going to lose anyway. Just make it a circus.
Honestly, some WWE guys too or something.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys want to get into the NBA, but that was a chicken shit move by him. That was chicken shit. You
as-
don't do that to your own teammate. I don't give a
Especially
shit.
as like a veteran leader, how do the Warriors keep him around? Like Jordan pulls the younger player. He's going to be the better player. Draymond, as good as he is defensively, whatever. You punch a teammate like that, you should not be on the team.
No. And
I'm
did
not
you
saying,
see what Shannon Sharp said?
No.
He's like, that's inexcusable. You got to get him off that team because that's ridiculous. Because you're just showing. He was like Jordan Poole. Oh, well, you're out with your lady. Oh, well, I'm gonna come smack you around and take your woman because you ain't gonna defend yourself. He's like, as soon as he was up in your space, in your fly zone, there's gonna be a crash. You swing first. He's like, as a younger guy or whatever, he comes up to you, wants to be big and bump you in the chest. You punch him first, which he should have, and he didn't. He just shoved him, and then he got punched.
But if you're a younger guy and that's a veteran leader, you're not expecting to get sucker punched by him. Like if it's someone from another team, by all means take a swing. But that's your teammate. I mean, I don't think you're expecting Draymond to punch you like that. That's the biggest part of bullshit. Draymond runs his mouth. He's always online. Oh, he has his podcast. You know, that guy's always run his mouth, and he's just an arrogant prick. I'll say it. His apology was bullshit. I'm sure Jordan's family's embarrassed and everything. Like, you're not even apologizing. You're just making fun of him.
Yeah.
That's where it gets weird, though, too. Like, I could see if it was Draymond and, like, a rookie. But, like, Jordan Poole's been on that team for how many years now? At least 3. Like, maybe 3? They just won a championship together? Like, there's got to be something else going on there. Like, when something like that happens, I just don't see how you could play with someone anymore. Like, on a team with them, even.
They
You
said
can't.
animosities because Jordan Poole's in line to get like the Tyler Hero extension, like 4 years, 130. He's in line to get paid, and Draymond's apparently like insecure about it or something. Which
Does he want out anyway?
Yeah,
he's made his money. Like, he's set. He's
won his championships.
I mean, people forget too. He punched. Right? He was the one that punched LeBron in the groin in the NBA Finals at the Warriors.
He locked LeBron up. He made LeBron look.
Steven Adams in the nuts a couple times too.
Yeah.
Pick guy.
Yeah. He made LeBron look human. You know what I mean? Pedestrian.
He's a great defender. There's no doubt about it. But I mean, like punching people in the junk in the finals. Do that in the preseason if you're going to do that.
Don't do it at all. That's Bush League. You know, that's not even G League, man. They might do that over in Europe ball. Like, get out of here.
You can get away with that if that's a role player. Let's be honest. You're not punching LeBron James in the groin and getting away. That's just brazen. That's what it is. It's ignorant.
Yeah, that's just a weird situation.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't even know. Like, do we even want to go through the Steelers' next opponents to see what their overall record prediction would be?
The L. Just put the L up and.
So are we saying like Steelers first overall pick?
They're gonna. I think they end up with the top 3 pick.
Yeah. And here's the thing. Do you trade away a guy or two? Maybe get some more draft capital?
So it's way too early to see like what the plan would be. But if you have a top 3 pick and you know a lot of teams are gonna be going for quarterback, you can trade down and really regain some assets.
Yeah. You could probably get their first and a second. I mean, top 3 pick. You're getting a lot back.
Multiple first.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of
maybe like a decent offensive lineman. Yeah. But here's my thing, and this is what I'm thinking, and it's a damn shame. They're thinking as soon as they get TJ back, the season could be saved.
Yeah, it can.
I have that feeling, but that's how the Steelers operate. You know, just like whenever Ben was out a few years ago and he come back, it's like week 6 or something. They were just treading water. Oh, the season's going to be saved. Season's going to be TJ ain't going to make that much of a difference.
I think that's wrong because TJ, didn't he just have another surgery today?
Yeah, on his knee.
Another week or two. So, like, I think that's a sign where they're saying, like, take your time, don't come back, like, get that surgery now. The season's shot, we're not gonna throw you out. I think that kind of makes that kind of, you know, season's a wash. Like, they wouldn't have another surgery if they didn't want him back.
Yeah.
But they said on the broadcast today that even though he got his knee scoped, that's not going to set him back.
Yeah, it was 9 months ago. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but there's a big problem. Why did nobody know about him getting his knee cut? Why did it just come out? You know what I mean? So if you didn't see him at last week's game, and he wasn't somewhere else, was it Saturday maybe? But he wasn't. Nobody saw him, and everyone's like, "Oh, he must have had a setback," and they couldn't get out what happened. So getting his knee, he got that arthroscopic stuff or whatever, got his knee cleaned up. That's not a good sign. I'm telling you.
Yeah, cleaning up the knee a little bit. I mean, it's not a good. It's obviously no surgery on your knee is going to be great, but if he's going to be out in the time frame, and you can clean the knee up, and maybe it adds an extra week, even though they probably won't admit it. 4 to 6, it won't affect the timeline. I mean, just do it now. I mean, he's not going to be playing anyway. Whatever at that point. I don't.
Then you put him on, shut him down for the year. Then shut him down for the year. I'm sorry, especially with that pec. You never know how he's going to come back, and then all it takes is that one extension, and he blows that pec back out. Nah, shut him down for the year.
Maybe fully.
Yeah. He ends up like Cody Rhodes, tears it off the bone. You know what I mean? He's coming out here in a cage match, all bruised up, and you're like, that's just disgusting. Well, how are you even moving your arm?
Yeah, it's he's a competitor. Obviously, he always wants to be out there, but at some point, you have to look at the bigger picture. If you're not going to be competing this year, there is no point in rushing back from anything until you're 100%. Absolutely no reason.
Especially whenever the team is a train wreck like it is. You know what I mean? Personal stats don't mean nothing. You know what I mean? Whenever, let's say they do get a top 3 pick and then they build some assets up next year and they're really competitive next year, you kept that year of wear and tear off of him. He'll come back better, fresher, stronger.
Yeah, I mean, he's an investment.
Yeah, exactly.
I hate to say it too, but I really don't think TJ Watt would have helped us win, at least today.
No, hell no.
Maybe the Jets game, but still, the offense is horrendous. So
yeah,
I'd even say
there's no pressure on the Patriots.
Yeah, I'd say even the Pats game, because Mac Jones was way too clean that whole game, and you could just see, like, when you're getting pressure on a quarterback, it helps your secondary. You know what I mean? Or because they'll come up with picks and they'll be able to read balls and stuff and jump balls and stuff like that. But then you're even getting pressure on a quarterback. He's got to have it in the back of his mind. You know what I mean? So he doesn't have all day. So I could say maybe the Pats game and the Jets game, he makes a difference, but not today. I mean, you'd have to play a perfect game, and even like last year, you would need you'd need like a blocked punt like they had last year, and stuff like that. But just they were outclassed today.
Just don't have it. They just don't have it.
They really don't have a pot to piss in. I think the rest of the year is just going to be the same song and dance. We're going to have dumpster fires, dog shitting, and train wrecks. The rest of the season, it's going to be a wash. We're going to be talking about the Pens, which that'll be nice. Buccos. I mean, a bad day as a Steelers fan is better than a good day as a Pirates fan. I'll be honest.
Is it though?
Yeah, I'd rather watch a Steelers loss than a Pirates 3-2 win. Yeah.
Even if they got their doors blown off them like they did today, you'd rather watch that than like a decent pitching duel or something.
I guess I want like a game in late September where the Pirates are already out of it. Would you rather watch that than the Steeler game?
No,
I'd rather watch the Steelers.
I wouldn't want to watch either.
Well, yeah, you don't want to watch it. That's like picking who you want to step in a pile of dog crap with.
It's
option, but
it's not. Nobody wins,
No winners.
I just feel like we're gonna be relying a lot on the Penguins this year, and we're gonna have a bit of disappointment.
And I don't want to be that guy, but what if they come out and shit the bed? Because it's possible.
Yeah,
it's very possible.
Riverhounds.
Oh man.
Is there like a game
I would say,
is the Pittsburgh Passion still playing?
I mean, I would say Pitt basketball, but they're in the news too. So.
Oh yeah, I heard all about it.
Just like everything fell apart in like less than a year. I mean, the Pirates are all.
I mean, they're pulling cars out of Allegheny right by Acrisure. How crazy is that, by the way? A little off topic, but how does that happen?
Yeah, there's a car in the river and there's a body in it.
Yeah, how does that get there with nobody seeing it?
How long has it been there? It's it.
I don't know if they said. I'm not sure.
I know they said like the guy was missing this week. There was posts up like help find him. So it might have been like a week, less than a week or less.
Like the dead of night, and everyone Saw it, you know. Where
You ever
was it?
drive down there at
Cameras,
like
dude,
3,
the
4 in the morning?
cameras
There's
everywhere,
nothing.
though. That's the thing too.
You ever
like-
drive down there like 3, 4 in the morning after like a casino bender? Oh yeah, like there's
I've been
nobody there. It's like a ghost town. It's kind of eerie.
But still, like, wouldn't you see tire marks somewhere, or like, you know what I mean? Like,
Like,
for
where
him
did
to
it
get
go in
from
at, though? Like right by.
right by the
Baxter?
Mr. Rogers statue. That's
So
where
it
they
went
come.
down on like the Riverwalk.
Yeah,
So how to get down there first?
that's what I'm saying. That's
There have to be tires going through the grass and bushes because there's no way to really turn down there unless like, say there's those bike paths, but like, how would you get down?
that's what I mean. Something's like just weird about
Bigfoot.
it. I don't know. That's just like that was just weird to me. Like, and the camera crew, like they're a group that goes around trying to find stuff like that. Actually, like trying to close missing persons stuff, and they actually came across that, which is like crazy. Like it's very sad, but like I just don't get like how does that happen? That for that to happen.
Like, I
And-
mean, like Dan said, it is close to the casino though. Maybe he had like a
Oh,
night at
yeah.
the casino. Got
Maybe he was like,
up, took a wrong turn left when you got out of the garage. Just went right down the Riverwalk, drove right in. Who knows?
that or bet the mortgage and was like, I'm losing my house.
Yeah.
No.
Boom.
Oh,
You
that's
know?
weird to me. Yeah, I don't know.
Take the bridge.
Maybe a Youngzers paranormal investigation team now to keep branching out.
I mean, that's just weird. But I just want to know everyone's opinions on Tony Romo. I'll be honest. I don't know if it's just me, but today he just irks me the wrong way. Like predicting every play. Like just shut up and let the game happen. He's just an irritant. I liked him when he first started, but I'm just not a fan of him. I don't know what it is. We were in the group chat and Roberts is like, oh, he's talking shit on Kenny Pickett. And I'm like, all right, let's take a little run at Tony Romo. Because what did he do in his NFL career? I don't see any Super Bowls there, Mr. Romo.
You know what I'll say.
You ain't no Troy Aikman.
I'm gonna use my card. I'm using my twigless, berryless card right here. Tony Romo ain't got no twig and berries. He's got the Barbie and Ken where it's just the plane of plastic. Yeah.
Smooth.
Smooth brain. But yeah, no twig, no berries. I think he's just trying to make up for what he never won. He never won a Super Bowl. He's just trying to hold on to, I guess, something. That's all I could think of.
I don't mind Tony Romo. Honestly, I think maybe we're a little irritated because we're homers. If you watch him do a call a game, and it's just, let's just say, I don't know, Houston, Miami. Okay, I'll eat it all up. I think he's phenomenal. Amanda loves watching games that he broadcasts because like he'll break it down and like she doesn't know, you know what I mean? So he makes it real easy for even the casual watcher. But he can say things that might piss you off or whatever, but I think it's just because we're homers.
I don't think, because like I said, I liked him when he first started, and it's not like my Tony Romo like hatred just started today. But like, he just gets to the point where he just talks way too much and like predicting the plays. Like, let's just let the game happen. I'm not tuning in to watch Tony Romo. And the one that irritated me today, that was, is what, 31-3, whatever. They fumble into the end zone. Steelers recover. He's like, this is where the comebacks start, Jim. Like, I want to go up there and just just shut your mouth. There ain't no comeback. Don't be trolling up in that booth. You're a golfer. You're a golfer. And golfers,
He's a damn good golfer, though.
he's a good golfer, but
Yeah.
Volkswagen Beetle coming on the fairway. See who wins that battle, Tony. We'll draw some X's and O's up for that one. Huh? Yeah.
Also, like, I don't really hate the guy, but I'm just saying he doesn't have any twig and berries. But the thing is, the only thing that irritates me is not him. It's like whoever runs what's he on, CBS?
Yeah,
The CBS accounts, because they'll post whenever he's right, and they'll they'll ride him. But, like, post nothing when he's wrong. Like, Buddy's drawing all over the screen before a play too. Like, get your crayons and go home. I don't want to see them, especially when you're wrong. Like, they're gonna just sing and dance when he's right, but they just sit there and like have their hands in their pockets when he's wrong, and no one says a lick about it.
Hey, he's
Well,
a
that's what
slutty nerd.
Like, Buddy just drew a Picasso painting on the screen and was completely wrong and botched the whole play. He's saying, "Oh, right here we got a defender. He's single covered. He's on island. We're throwing a nice poster out here." And they hand it off right down the middle. Like, Buddy, you're wrong.
He was definitely the guy in high school that tried talking too much and act like he knew everything. You know where he ended up? in a locker. I can guarantee you. Sweaty nerd recipe for disaster. That guy was in some lockers back in the day.
teacher, you didn't collect the homework.
That's
exactly Tony from
Yeah.
Yeah.
He definitely had a rolly backpack that he just ran down the hall with.
I will say though, on another side note, the positive this week. How about the entrance of I know we don't really touch about it though. Bray Wyatt back in the WWE.
That was an electric.
It was wow. Did you hear that crowd pop?
Yeah. It
It was called pop.
That is what you call a pop. I was like Kenny Pickett coming in the game at Acrisure. Crowd's going nuts.
Mhm.
You're witnessing something. Yeah, it was. You're right. You're 100% right, Roberts.
I
I
was,
have to tune in now on Monday. Might have to split screen Monday Night Football. and
that's what the
some-
talk
some
was
Raw.
yesterday on
Yeah.
social. Like the college football really, like it's sad when Alabama, you know what I mean, was in a close game. I understand Bryce Young wasn't there, but like the biggest thing happening on a Saturday and Sunday is like WWE was the biggest trend on Twitter yesterday. You know what I mean?
College football was bad yesterday. I didn't really enjoy
Yeah.
any game.
It's been bad this whole year.
Yeah.
It's anybody's year.
Just
And-
touching
but
that,
like
though,
with the whole WWE thing, I it's great for the brand, but I wish that they would keep it under wraps. You know what I mean? Because that's all you saw on social media. Oh, Bray's coming, and then they kept giving them hints with the bunny stuff. You know, at Raws and SmackDowns and stuff. If you would just if nobody would have known, I bet you he would have had 10 times bigger of a pop
Yeah.
than he did. You know what I mean? And I get it. You want to kind of sell it even before he's there. So, oh, I'm a big Bray Wyatt guy. I got to get my tickets. I understand that, or I got to get the pay-per-view or whatever it is. But I just want to see it one time. Like, let's just say somebody comes back, but they keep it on the download. Nobody knows until boom, that music hits. Oh, it's Chris Benoit. Let's go. Which will never happen.
That's the thing, though. That's just the internet. That's just
Yeah.
And like
That's-
people within WWE, they probably sell their knowledge.
Mhm.
They're
Yeah.
probably paid to like leak shit out. So I don't
Yeah.
think we'll ever see anything like that again.
I mean,
The closest thing we had was like Cody Rhodes, and even that was like
Yeah.
blatantly obvious for the most part.
and then the other
Yeah.
one I was gonna say is the what was it? The Hardys coming back at WrestleMania. That was probably
That
the
one was
closest
just
one to like
yeah.
that
No,
nobody
no, that
knew
was
about.
dumb.
That you know what I mean was
Mhm.
you know what I mean, and that's the last one I could think of.
Speaking
crazy.
about getting paid for leaking stuff, when we talked about the Draymond Jordan
Yeah.
Poole, did you see how much that guy was paid to leak that?
Oh yeah.
How much?
2.3 mil
Oh, I'm leaking
Oh,
that.
yeah.
to leak it to
Thanks.
TMZ.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I heard
All right, fire me. That I don't care. I just I'm set for life. I'm good.
I have 2.3 million now. You
Mhm.
can go.
I heard actually that was Amazon that leaked it because it was during Thursday Night Football, and that game was an absolute snoozer. Wasn't it like 9-3 or something, or not
Yeah.
12-9?
Game.
12-9.
Dude, what a bad game. That's
Let's
gotta be-
ride.
Russell Wilson's the biggest cornball in the NFL. Broncos country. Let's ride. As you just lost.
Runs.
It was
But
like
the car's broken, Don. You ain't riding anywhere. You're walking.
No. And that
It's like-
hoagie commercial too. How
Mhm.
bad was that?
It's bad.
he's overdoing it. He's like a shitty superhero that's trying to get a catchphrase to come on.
Mm-hmm.
That was the saddest Let's Ride of all time. He just like lost a 9 to like 12-9 game or something. He's like, let's ride.
You know why? Because Future just dropped that new track, and he just knows.
He is bummed.
Yeah. Well, speaking of, marital issues, for this week, I'm introducing a new segment. Who's back at it again? And I regret to inform the general public that Antonio Brown is indeed back at it again. Fresh off his Dubai. Did you see what he did today on Twitter?
No.
So he took a screenshot of somebody put a children's book like about divorce. It says like daddy's leaving or daddy's not coming home. And they photoshopped
Okay.
a cartoon.
Oh, I did.
And then if you look at the book like closer, the bottom window
There's a
pane,
little AB.
There's a little AB in the house. of Tom Brady's family.
Yeah,
like,
it's
yeah.
called like Daddy Doesn't Live Here No More.
Oh yeah,
I think that's what it's called.
yeah. AB's in the corner. Like
Yeah.
what? Like his mind is completely shot.
Was it a
You know,
shot at Tom Brady too?
Yeah.
Like, didn't Tom Brady take him in and
Yeah.
like, let
Yeah.
him live with him? And
Yeah.
like, now he's like putting me. He can't be memeing on a guy that gave you shelter. Like,
See, did
And
you,
won you a championship.
yeah.
when all this stuff was coming out about Tom Brady, like potentially getting divorced, he put a picture up on Instagram of him hugging Tom Brady's wife, grinning after the Super Bowl. Like he's
Put
just
that shit on.
Brady. Yeah. He's just like he's nuts. AB's gone. He's gone.
That's just my
You can't
dickhead
contain him.
Can't
No.
contain a dickhead, you know.
The only person that can is Dion, and he's coaching. Did you see that scuffle?
Yeah,
At the
yeah.
end of the game, yeah.
I'm beginning to honestly think we may need to bring Vontaze Burfict out from wherever he's at right now, and he may have to take AB out for the greater good.
Yeah, you might need to United
Let him
States
right.
government hires him
Yeah.
for some put him in pads and a helmet and just let him one last time take a ride at him.
Listen, I would not be surprised. I would honestly not be surprised by the end of the month. AB's in Ukraine. He's gonna pop up.
He's to be on some Dennis Rodman shit.
Yeah,
he's
he
gonna be
is.
shaking hands with Vladimir Putin or something. Yeah.
That's the last person we need shaking hands with Putin.
Yeah.
Jeez. He'll be in a nuclear winter by next week.
Should we do betting odds, but what AB will do next? Try to predict.
I mean, that's the thing. How do you do that though? Because the shit he's doing so off the wall.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say somehow him and Elon Musk are gonna get in business together, and AB and Elon are gonna be in space.
I was just thinking he was gonna go to space with Branson or something, or banging some chick up there.
Zero gravity, the pool.
Yeah, hanging brain.
Wait, keep you saying he's hanging?
Zero G's.
All right, everyone pick one location where AB could be hanging brain next week.
Okay.
This is a global thing. Where's farm in San Diego? It's just where's AB?
Mm-hmm.
Where's he gonna flash the general?
I'm gonna say he's be on a riverboat gambling trip on the Panama Canal.
That's a good call. You never know. I'm gonna go with he's gonna be in the Strait of Taiwan. You know what I'm talking about? And he's gonna be hanging brain there, and China's not gonna be happy about it. They're gonna think it's some Cuban Missile Crisis 2.0 in the Strait of Taiwan.
See, I think the most logical place for me is, I don't know if you're familiar with Mothman, the lore of Man, where you see him and a natural disaster appears.
Yeah.
I feel like he made an appearance in Florida before Hurricane Ian hit, so he's going to be exposing himself down in Florida while they're doing the cleanup. That just seems that's just where's the rudest place AB could do it? I feel like that's the rudest place. Everyone coming together, clean up a community. Here comes AB fully nude, just ruining the day.
He's pressing ham.
If we're a few weeks earlier, we could have said the Queen's funeral or something. He's just there, paying respects.
Yeah. Nothing but one of those, the Buckingham Palace guards with the big.
Yeah.
He has on. He's just walking around.
That would make him break
Don't give an
character.
F about nothing.
My answer, I would probably say, probably Blacked on the hub. Probably, to be honest with you, where he's probably gonna be hanging brain next.
I mean, this dude is just gone.
So I'm gonna retract my statement, and I'm gonna go somewhere a little more logical. I'm sorry. So here's my actual answer: McKnight Road.
McKnight Road.
Does he still live around here?
I don't know. He'll be doing 120 and a copper pull him over. He's just hanging brain.
That's true.
That's what's gonna happen.
I really think somehow he thinks he's gonna be back on the Steelers for no reason, because he's always posting Steelers stuff still.
Mm-hmm.
He's like the Kanye of NFL. They're just so far out there with just wacky shit they're doing. You don't know what to do. That's the most dangerous kind. A person in general is the unpredictable ones. AB, you just don't know what's going through that man's head. Saying Tom Brady brings you in, and now Tom Brady in the middle of a very personal divorce, something's going on there. AB's just trolling him via children's books online. You can't be doing that.
Honestly, though, shame on the NFL too for not getting that guy. Somehow he needs help, for sure. But I guess only people that want help can get help. But
He's got too many yes men around him. That's his problem.
NFL, though,
That's his problem.
It's kind of like a Bam Margera situation where people definitely want to help you, but you just get in your own way, and you probably have that group of people around you that's basically just encouraging it. And it's just you've seen the path, with other people before. Yeah.
And he burns all the bridges with people that probably would help him too.
Yeah, and here's the problem: once all the money dries up, because it's going to.
Yeah.
All those people that are yes men and think it's funny and you want to hang out with you, they're gonna disappear. So then you'll be left with nothing. He'll be the one fucking trying to sign headshots for $5 to go get a meal at McDonald's or something underneath the Fort Duquesne Bridge or some shit.
Yeah,
he'd be on
it's
OnlyFans or something, probably.
Yeah.
it's only a matter of time till the
Yeah.
reality sets in for him where you've burnt every bridge. You have no you know no career to go on with football anymore. Like you could have still been in the NFL making
Mhm.
millions, and you're basically just throwing it all away. Like something's clearly mentally wrong with him. He's not going to get the help that he needs because let's face it, AB is just AB, and it's just not going to end well. I think everyone can see that, and like it's just not going to end well. It's crazy to just see how quickly that happened, for him. I don't know.
Yeah, tough situation. I mean, something's got to give at some point. That will something crazy is bound to happen in the next year, 2 years, because it's just escalating the more it goes on. Like it was a meme at first, but now it's starting to get pretty serious. I think.
He's going to be in a hot air balloon over Russia by Christmas, dressed as Santa Claus. That's my official bet.
Yeah, that's all I got on football. But do we want to talk Pitt football real quick, or what do you got? VT? Anything on VT, Roberts?
You got
Bad game. Bad fundamental game, I should say. They looked all right. I mean, we as like normal Pitt fans the last couple of years have seen the ball being thrown down the field. A lot of playmakers, you know what I mean, Quadri Henderson and everything, James Conner, but like people got to realize that he's not going to change the way he is in Pat Narduzzi and running the ball. Like he's going to run the ball, he's going to continue to run the ball. That's the type of coach he is. That's why he went out and got Frank Cignetti Jr. And yeah, the positive is he had 6 touchdowns, like 310 or 320, you know what I mean, in yards, but you did it against Virginia Tech, you know what I mean? You're doing these big things against Rhode Island. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
I
Start winning the big games.
I just everybody, I mean his argument last week was, "Oh, we lost to Western Michigan last year and we won, 7 straight." Like that's good, you know what I mean? That's what you're supposed to do. And do I have any faith? No. I'm going to continue to say it. I love Pitt, always love Pitt, but again, week 6, still haven't cheered. Mark that one on the calendar.
Any chance for the ACC title still, or you think?
I mean, yeah, I mean they still have everybody that's ahead of them they still have to play, but losing the Georgia Tech game really hurts because that means you have to go win a game at North Carolina, at Miami, and you have to go beat second place Duke Blue Devils, which no one thought would happen.
There's all away too.
The Duke's the last game of the year. Yeah.
Good stuff. Who they got next week?
Bye week next week, and then they go to Louisville. So
Dan, you got anything on Pitt? And there's the other Pitt guy around here.
Nah, I mean, they handled business how they were supposed to. I'm not going to get too up and. I mean, it was an ACC game, so I mean, you need to win that. You need to win all your conference games for sure. So it's good to, and it's nice to see that Izzy went off for over 300 on only 30 touches. So that's 10 yards a pop. So 6 tutties. I mean, can't complain about it. I mean, you got a Debbie Donner down there in Roberts. You could be a little excited about it, but they didn't do it against. He didn't do it against Rhode Island. He did it against an ACC opponent. So you could be a little excited for it. It's not like Ohio State going out there playing the school for the blind and their quarterback putting up all them numbers and getting a chubby about that like other people do. But
I don't know.
you can stay humble.
I just really don't think like they had a lot of recruits yesterday there, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. And like their 5-star quarterback Kenny Michi, that you know what I mean, people think is the future with Cignetti coming in and it's a dual threat quarterback, which everybody thinks they need in this program. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they got to go away from the perennial pocket passer, drop back 50 times, and put 500 yards up. That's not what's going to fit this program, and that's why I think that this kid they're gonna go get another one next year. Transfer. Nick Patty. I mean he's knows how he makes the medium reads and everything, but I think he'll probably be the starter next year with this offense and hopefully a year of Michi, if he stays, committed to the program, that in 2 years, I think he'll probably take off as a left-hander too, which is awesome to see.
Looks weird on TV though if you see Tua play, and then
Yeah,
Yeah.
they reverse the film and it makes him like look like a righty. Then it looks like
Yeah.
he's like elite.
Yeah.
Watch him like that's gotta be hard on the lineman too if you think about it a little bit.
Yeah, because you gotta flip the blind side to the other side and stuff like that. You know who it's really hard on? Your receivers, because the ball spins another way.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Who was it? Was it Aikman? Not Aikman. Who was the receiver the quarterback for the Niners?
Steve Young.
Steve Young.
Steve Young.
Steve Young was left-handed, and Jerry Rice actually had their equipment manager. I want to say it was. He was left-handed, and it had him throw him balls, so he got used to the way that ball would spin.
Yeah, I never thought of it that way.
Yeah, it's a learning curve because like with a righty, you're expecting it to spin one way, but it's actually spinning the other way with a lefty. So it's a little tough, they say, but once you get used to it, you're okay.
Yeah, I mean Tyreek and Jalen Waddle didn't have any trouble for the past first couple weeks until Tua an
Yeah,
absolute scramble brain. But
but you got to think probably even like OTAs and stuff. They were just hey throw us balls, just keep throwing us balls. Let us get used to that spin because even like through high school and college, nobody ever has a left-handed quarterback thrown to him. You know what I mean? So it takes time, but once you, like I said, once you get it down, Jerry Rice was able to, adapt to it. So, but he's the best to ever do it. So,
yeah.
But
Yeah.
That's it on Pitt. What is that? Penn State's got Michigan this week, right?
Yeah, noon
What?
kick.
That's
Noon,
robbery.
big noon
That
is
is
Saturday.
robbery. That's what I'm saying. That's
yeah,
like football fans in general got like robbed of a
yeah.
primetime game. Both Michigan's 6-0, Penn State 5-0.
6-0.
So why make that a noon game? I don't understand. But
Because that's who they're partnered with.
Fox.
That's
stupid.
dumb.
Fox, yeah. Big noon Saturday.
The thing is, the only
Trust-
other Penn State news I have is I'm disavowing a Penn State fan. I don't know the guy's name. I had a Penn State shirt on yesterday, and went to a restaurant, and I sat near this guy, and he goes, "Oh yeah, right here, fellow Penn State fan." This guy's wearing a puffy sleeveless vest jacket with a T-shirt under it. You can't have that. You gotta go long sleeves or nothing. So I'm not recognizing this individual as a Penn State fan. Like puffy vest T-shirt, can't be having it. But yeah, that's all I got. What are we moving on to? We got nothing baseball. Pirates are done.
Thank
Yeah.
God.
Did they lose 100 games? They hit
Yes.
that mark? Yeah.
Yes.
101 or 100?
100.
100.
62 and 100. 62 and 100 because they
Roberts.
beat St.
St.
Louis
Louis.
2 out of the last 3. So
Did it hit Roberts? The season over?
No.
No.
The
What's
post
it-
note officially is off the wall. Folks.
What's the sticky note say? What did it say?
It's
62?
in the trash, probably down on March.
I think it was 62 and a half,
Was
right?
it 62 and a half?
I think it was, yeah. Oh, 63 and a half. But yeah.
But still, there's a few games that they absolutely blew like a 7-run lead too.
Yeah.
More than a few.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
You threw a Will Crow in the bullpen, no leads. You
oh, that hurts. That hurts.
Yeah, that's
Where are they gonna be at? They're not the worst team in the league, right? Nationals are worse.
Athletics, maybe too.
We're getting a nice draft pick this year, right?
They get
Oh,
a nice
yeah.
draft pick
Top,
every
yeah,
year.
every year.
Yeah,
Yeah, they get a top
They-
5 pick
you
the
think
past
they add up.
fucking 20 years.
I think that add up. I guess not.
Oh,
When
no.
we drafted, what's his name? Josh Lambo, wasn't he one? Could have had Mike Trout. Didn't we draft Josh Lambo or something?
No.
They fumbled quite a bit.
It wasn't it was Andrew Lambo.
Andrew
I
Lambo.
remember. But no, I forget who it was that year they took.
I think it was the Lambo guy.
No, he wasn't a first round pick, I don't think.
I'm pretty sure he was. Because wasn't Trout 27th or?
Yeah, but all right, I'm gonna go look it up while you guys keep talking. I gotta get to the bottom of this.
It's a bittersweet moment, I guess, that the season ended. I love making fun of the Pirates, but now that they're gone, I don't have to watch them lose anymore. But yeah. Roberts, what do you think? Final bucket of talk before we put the nail in the 2022 coffin.
it, buddy. Everybody's getting mad. They'll be I'm not gonna say they're gonna come out and blow the doors off next year, but they're gonna be way those young kids got way more experience than any other. You know what I mean? Like this year was
When
like
they finally start playing them, yeah.
That's what I mean. Like a lot, like you never see that out of like the Pirates. You know what I mean? Come in and put in like 9 rookies and say go play whatever you want to do. You know what I mean? And I mean O'Neal Cruz is going to do O'Neal Cruz things next year.
Can you live with all the errors though? That's the big thing. Can you live with all those?
That's why we said we. Do you just permanently DH him?
I think
No.
it comes with playing though.
That's
the more
what I mean,
he plays, I think he'll be all right. But it was like he did have a ton of errors, like you said. Like that's a ton of errors. But I think the more he plays, the more he'll definitely learn. Because the jump from AAA to the MLB, like you could even see it when he was hitting in the beginning of the year. Like wasn't seeing the pitches well, and he's starting to come around.
Yeah, he did. Because the walks went up and stuff, so that was nice to see.
Yeah.
He was being selective.
Yeah. All right. So I got the answer. A lot of teams obviously passed on Trout, 27th. The Pirates had the 4th pick that year. 2009 catcher. Absolutely stunk. Tony Sanchez.
That's
That
who it
is
was.
it.
Did you ever make it to the MLB?
Yeah, he made it to the MLB. Didn't do much, obviously, but.
So basically, every team pretty much passed on Trout. So we really can't take that much of a.
No.
No.
Yeah.
That's nuts to see that.
Yeah.
Who would have been the first pick in that draft? 09. That's what's hard to tell because these guys don't show up for like 5, 6, 7 years sometimes.
And it's tough because that's how baseball is. You know what I mean? Unless you're like a Juan Soto or a Trout,
Bryce Harper, I think. He didn't even spend a year in the minors, did he?
No, I don't think so.
Steven
Same-
3.5 months.
number
Yeah.
Strasburg.
2009.
Yeah.
Tough scene.
Yeah. Well, whatever. Expect it from the Pirates, but greener pastures next year. We saying less than 100 losses, more than 100 losses. We're hitting 100 again.
I bet you
100 losses, to be honest.
90s. I'll put in the 90s.
90s.
That's still terrible.
Oh yeah, it's still garbage. But
That's tough. I'm sorry, that's tough. I'm
gonna have to agree with you.
80s.
No, there's no way because then
High
you're gonna
80s.
give people hope. The only way they're like in the 80s is if they go out and spend 20-30 million in free agency, and it ain't gonna happen.
Starting pitcher.
Yeah, I mean, we're still paying.
Ain't gonna happen.
Jungle gym in center field, so I don't think that's happening anytime.
your highest paid player is in prison. That's all you need to know about the. I'm serious. It's
the truth.
Jeez,
you don't know.
you're not wrong.
The sign of a poorly run organization. Your best player is going to be starring in a reboot of The Longest Yard, baseball edition.
All I'm saying is, I cracked that case before it came to light because he changed his name, and everyone's like, "Oh, I wonder why he changed that." I'm like, he's in trouble for something. He's running from something. But you're on that grand stage, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because Felipe Vasquez, right?
Is Rivera before.
Yeah. Exactly. I was like, he's hiding from something. Oh, well, I'm changing it because that was my sister's name. You're hiding something, bud. You're up to something.
Just changes their name like that. Like I could see if you change it to like Robert or something. Like
Yeah.
That's just sneaky.
And then Kyle Crick beat the shit out of him in the locker room. He probably found out. He's like, "You're touching kids. Go diddle some kids now." Beat the shit out of him.
Absolute creep. Absolute creep. Just
not a good look.
No.
They should have traded him too, because I think Washington wanted him. Wouldn't it have been some? Was it the Dodgers?
I think everybody Yankee,
big name.
Wouldn't that have been some shit? Oh, we trade him away. No. But I'm sure there's some sort of clause, like if there's some sort of pre-existing like lawsuit or something, or he's on the run for something. I'm sure that it would have been null and void.
Yeah, that would have been that'd have been an interesting situation because the timing of that was right after, I believe, it was right after a trade deadline. I'm pretty sure.
Yes, it was like a week, 2 weeks right after the trade deadline, because they were like, why'd they keep him? We're supposed to be selling.
Mm-hmm.
And you thought he would have been one of the guys that would have been sold. So maybe they knew.
You know what I mean? To see like, what if they traded somebody and they're in a Pirates uniform, they just get yanked off the field.
Yeah.
And people are like, what's this for?
Yeah.
And you send him back to his team that he just played for.
Dude, that would have been
like,
would have been like the most interesting thing that probably happened to the Pirates.
That's probably why they built the jungle gym. They had to wait for him to go to prison before you build it.
Yeah. Can have kids crawling around in center field with him around. It's like putting a fox in the hen house.
Exactly. Absolute creep. Disgusting.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Dude in a Cubs suit,
hell with that guy.
He'd been
I
catching
say
elbows.
the hell with that guy. And the fact that there's people on Twitter saying when he gets out, you think the Pirates will re-sign him? Like that
How do you know
person,
what it is?
you're saying that you don't got two brain cells to rub together. If that's your
Like
biggest
this.
concern, this dude's out there touching
Diddling kids.
and they're like, we got to reinforce the bullpen with this guy. Like, what the hell?
I remember people defending him too. Like
Yeah.
they're saying like the laws are different in his country. It's like, buddy, like you're not
This-
there anymore.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
you know?
he did it here.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't in what Venezuela or whatever.
Yeah.
It was here.
The same people that
It's a
defend
culture
him.
thing. Like, I don't want to say the F word. F off. It's a culture thing. Yeah.
I did earlier. I don't know if anybody heard
Yeah,
it.
like it's just like
Probably
it's the
can't
same people that
remember.
are defending Henry Ruggs. Like you see him
Dude,
like working
yeah,
out and
it's
everything. Like,
insane.
dude, he like I'm
He
sorry.
ain't
but,
never
like,
seen a
that's what I
football
mean,
field
like,
again.
I don't,
And he never should. The way
Yeah.
that lady
No.
died,
With her
Burnt to
dog
death.
too. With
Yeah.
her dog.
regardless of the dog, the lady.
Yeah.
You know,
Like
don't get me wrong. I love animals too, but a lady burnt to death, and you want to? Oh well, no. That dude should be locked up forever.
Yeah.
You made the decision to go get tuned up and then drive like AB on McKnight Road over there in the Vegas Strip and
189.
plow into her.
189. Yeah.
One-
And like
89.
you're making millions of dollars. Get a damn Uber. Like, what are you that dumb where you do that? And what pisses me off, people are like, oh, he made an honest mistake. You know, it was a mistake. He's a young kid. He still his whole life. Yeah, well, so did the other person. They're the one.
Yeah.
Or they don't have their life anymore.
And that family, every cent he has should go to that family. I'm sorry, because no amount of money can bring your loved one back, or even heal you from the grief and stuff that you're feeling. But like it would help a little bit. I'll tell you that. Because that is just ridiculous. You're being selfish, is what that is. It wasn't an honest mistake. It was selfish.
I'm not laughing at that. Roberts, are you drinking Bud Light? I said that.
It's Pepsi.
Pepsi.
That's a Bud Light.
He's got Cartier glasses on. He's sipping on it too.
You know what you should get? Nice premium Turner's iced tea.
Well, today's Steeler game, we were talking, we might try to get the deal with Imodium, deal with the gastrointestinal issues. If you're gonna keep watching Steeler football, stock up on some Tums, Imodium.
Pepto,
You know what else would be a great investment right now? Brown
Mucilex.
bags. I'm gonna put some brown paper bags outside Acrisure. No,
Or those
put them over your head
like-
walking.
Oh
Or those
no, that's a
fire
Browns
glasses.
thing.
I don't feel like that's a Browns. I think like that's more commonplace.
Yeah.
That's
The
just
Browns did it. The Aints did it. Seattle did
Pirates
it.
Did it.
I mean, I'll show my face loud and proud. Okay, I ain't gonna
I'd
hide.
never do it. I'm just
Yeah.
saying you could sell it to other people. Drunk
Yeah,
people
somebody
put
would,
back
yeah,
their
yeah.
head or something. Hey.
The
I just
Steelers are
used
too
to-
proud of an organization to ever do that. If the Dallas Cowboys haven't done it, the Pittsburgh Steelers ain't.
Stop comparing us to the Dallas Cowboys because I can't stand the Dallas Cowgirls.
That's what I'm just saying. They're a proud organization. You gotta admit that, though.
Yeah, and Jerry
You gotta
Jones should
compare
be in
it.
a nursing home somewhere.
Oh, yeah,
He's the Vince McMahon of the NFL.
I'm
Just
just
the,
saying,
the ultimate heel owner. Jerry Jones and Vince are like the same.
Who's the worst owner, him or Robert Kraft?
Kraft.
I can't
Kraft.
stand
Oh,
either
Kraft.
of them.
Kraft is the worst.
Yeah.
Crap.
Or that dude, or the dude that owns the Falcons. You ever see that guy?
No.
He looks like a vampire. You should see his suits. Oh my god, it is bad. He looks like he just came.
I gotta look him up now.
All right, who
No.
do you think's the best? Because I'm gonna say-
Falcons.
yeah, Falcons. I forgot his name. Arthur Blank.
Yeah.
Let's get an instant reaction from Dan here.
There's one time he was on the side.
Holy Jesus!
And he was just creeping
Oh my
behind their coach, and he had like this red suit thing on. Like this is what I think is literally this. Oh wait, you can't see it, but it's like literally that, and he was just creeping behind like the Falcons head coach, and he just looked like he was about to latch on his neck and steal his youth and shit. Like it was just bad.
I'm sure you guys have seen them TikToks, but do you know the first thing that popped in my head when I saw that? Now that's fucking dying. Tell me I'm wrong. God damn.
All right. So
That dude looks like he's making deals in the back and come upstairs and
We're going off looks. I'm going off of
make you an offer.
Raiders owner.
yeah, the Raiders owner is someone that I'd love to play for.
Yeah.
He's a whacker. Like any dude his hair and he's just eating buffalo wings during the game. Like that's a guy you could that's a guy you want to work for right there. I mean, he's rich, but he don't care. Obviously, you're slapping that bull on your head, giving yourself the Lloyd Christmas. I respect that. That just shows you don't care. I love it.
Oh,
I don't like that. I don't like that.
I don't like that laugh. That's a bad laugh. Robert, who do you think the best owner is?
I don't know.
You guys, shit.
Best owner?
Yeah, NFL owner. I'd say the Jags are up there too.
Jags are up there.
Oh, did it not pop up?
Oh, I don't see it.
Son of a gun.
Once you start, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, really?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Man. It was
You're
Mark
gonna
Davis.
So if it just crashes everything and blows up like
I'd be pissed.
Yeah. Hour and 10 in. Maybe it didn't fit, the dimensions or I don't know.
Dude, it was a nasty Mark Davis too.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it's bad.
He was a scary dude.
That guy's a creep.
Look up Buffalo Bills owner. What the hell's his name here? Ralph Wilson. No, Ralph Wilson. I don't know how old that is, but god damn.
All right. Are we doing a random athlete of the week this week?
What about Jag?
Jag of the week? Yeah, for
you want to do random athlete? I don't have a Jag. I have a great Pittsburgh athlete.
We'll Rio, or we'll give him a break for a week from being Jag of the week.
I don't think I have one. I thought I had one
I don't.
a few days, but I can't remember him now.
You know what?
Wasn't that notable?
I got one. Rio, just for being Rio. There. Put it up on the Twitter. We'll vote on it there. Oh, Rio, you win again. Because I don't have one.
All right, that's fair.
Yeah, nothing happened at the Dirty Bird today that I could say.
Pretty clean week.
I do have one, but I don't know if you guys care. I got a new neighbor up back, and he parks in the alley like he owns the John. And, he's got this big old F-350 extended cab, but then he's got this little Dodge Ram, and he's got classic plates on the Dodge and stuff. But he'll park in there, and he's got scrap and stuff. Pulls into my yard to back his truck up and stuff. So today I was coming home from cutting my old man's hair, and he's parked in the alley, and I whip around, and I got to get around the house, up the other alley and stuff, to pull into my drive. And I'm like, dude, this isn't gonna work. You either move your truck, acting like you own the John, or I'm gonna smash it. You can't keep parking here. This is ridiculous. And I'm glad he moved before Amanda come home, because then I would have heard it again, because she's like, you got to go tell him something. You got to go say something. So, Jag of the week, this guy back here, you know who you are. Catch me outside.
He's not an award-winning listener.
I hope he is.
Yeah.
Come on down here, bud.
Roberts, you got any?
No Jag.
Andrew, any?
No.
I had one, but I forget it. It was probably literally the puffy vest guy. The
Rob.
T-shirt under. Yeah, maybe.
Athlete of the week.
Oh, I gotta think. I have none on the top of my head. I have to
Me neither. Oh, shit.
Kick it off, Roberts.
So I was at so coming back to the Pitt Panthers here, run game. We're talking about, I think, the fullbacks the other day. You know what I mean? Lusaka Polite.
Oh.
Ooh. Yeah.
Because we were sitting there in the stadium the other day, and some old gentleman, really nice guy, you know what I mean, season ticket holder, sits right 2 or 3 rows behind us, had a Lusaka Polite jersey on. So that is my random athlete of the week here from Pittsburgh.
Mine, Pirates, since the season ending. Little throwback, Jeremy Burnitz. That's what I'm rolling this week. Little deep cut.
Cold
Yeah,
cuts.
you got any, or you want me to go?
Go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna go with the Pens in honor of the season starting October 13th. We got 4 days, so it's gonna be Thursday night game, I think. Yeah, I don't know who they start off against, but we should have a Penguins preview next Sunday. Now that I think about it.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go with one of my favorite Penguins at the time. I think it was their 09 Cup run. Ruslan Fedotenko.
I almost took him last week.
Yep, that was one of my favorites at the time. I remember. I think we went to a game and he was on a breakaway and he scored. I thought that was pretty sick. I was standing up before he even went in the net. Yeah, I just knew it was gonna go in. So that's my random Pittsburgh athlete of the week. My boy Ruslan Fedotenko.
I'm going to piggyback off that. Thanks for opening the door for me here, Ryan, because it just popped into my
Sometimes
head.
you gotta hear one.
Yeah. So back to '09, I remember it very vividly. He comes out of the penalty box after we're shorthanded, comes down, undresses Cam Ward. Anybody? Miroslav Shatan. Miroslav Shatan. What a hell of a name. I mean, one of the prettiest goals I've ever seen scored in the playoffs. I mean, absolutely undressed Cam Ward.
He had the silky mitts.
He did. He did. And then, like, you look at his last name, you're like, is that Satan? No, Shatan.
Shatan. Love it.
That's between him and Yarko Rutu, but I think
Yarko Rutu's a good one. I was thinking that too, but
I got one for next week. It's a penguin. Now that I think about it, yeah.
I'll
forget it, but I know.
Yeah. So the announcement, we teased it this week. You want to kick us off with it since
you want me to kick it off?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So we were shooting the shit like we always do throughout the week, and we just bullshit. And Ryan Roberts, double R, normally doesn't have a lot of good ideas. This might be the greatest idea this kid has ever had. And I was all for it. As soon as he messaged us about it, I was amped up. He wants to start a gaming channel, or so we'll play games once a week, and we'll live stream it. It'll be Youngzers gaming, either on YouTube, Twitch, whatever. We haven't decided that stuff yet. But once a week, we'll all get together and we'll just bullshit. Andrew came up with a good idea on Thursday nights. It would have to be every other Thursday because I work every other Thursday. But maybe that's what we'll start with, and maybe throw a Friday in there or something. But we're all going to get together. We're going to play 2K, COD, whatever. Fall Guys. It doesn't matter. NHL, because the new Chell's coming out. So we're just gonna,
This week, Friday.
You want to do it this week?
Oh no, I'm just saying that's when.
Oh, that's when the Chell comes out.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm all for it. So we'll figure it out. We'll keep you guys posted where we're gonna stream at. I think it'd probably YouTube, since you already have a YouTube set up.
Your Twitch. Your affiliate. We'll just go to your Twitch and
we can do that. That's fine. Yeah, we can do that. And we'll have that all set up. And then I'll have it set up where you can see them three as well as myself, and you'll be able to hear them three as well as myself. So we'll get it all figured out, and then it'll be a nice way for you guys to maybe communicate with us.
Yeah.
As the listeners, if you want to just bullshit with us, or you have a comment, maybe you're afraid to comment on a YouTube channel, or if you're listening on Spotify, I don't know if there's a comment section on Spotify, but it'll be easy way for you guys to just maybe come talk to us, get to know us a little more. Even we can open it up to maybe even play with some of you guys sometimes. We'll have like a listeners night, if you guys want to come play whatever we're playing at that time. This is all things that we'll iron out down the road. But, I think for a start, you guys just come over and, I'm sure you'll enjoy it as well. So
come in, shoot the shit, talk about sports. If it's a Thursday night, we got Thursday night football, we'll just kick it back, relax, play some games, do what we usually do. Just, try and interact a little more with all of our listeners.
Yeah, I think it's an awesome idea, especially more of like a live thing, which we haven't we've done a live thing one time and it went pretty well. So
yeah,
I think a live thing would be pretty cool to do. So Robert's awesome idea. They're few and far between, but look at the guy.
I had to take a jab at you. I'm sorry.
Yeah. He's pissed. Look at him.
Put that shit on.
Okay,
but no, yeah, I thought that was a great idea, and like I said before, be a great way for you guys to come get involved and talk to us, live, and you get our reactions live and hear what we have to say live
on something we decompress on in video games from stressful.
Don't worry, we'll keep it family friendly like we always do.
Yeah, we do, and that's the other thing. You'll find out that you might not stay for the gameplay, but you'll stay for the commentary. I guarantee it. We might not be the best, but we'll keep you, we'll keep you involved and keep you laughing. I guarantee that.
Yeah, because there's more than just us. We have a pretty good cast of characters in the.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Some
And
good
you get us all together. You'll see how much we really hate Rio.
Oh jeez.
Kid's a
Dude.
punching bag, man.
Hey, the guy puts it on a tee for himself, but
He
he thinks it comes
does.
out of his mouth.
He does. He's like that kid back at gym class, like when you're playing volleyball. He would set the other team just perfectly, and you just boom pound it right in his face.
Dude,
You go, nice setup.
I don't know.
It's not
That kid
started
came
the
back
bologna
from this game
sandwiches
this week.
either.
Got a 13. He said, "Guys, I'm going to the bathroom." So you know what I mean. He's not there. 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I said, "Where are Rio's at?" You know, knowing Rio, we all suggested he's probably at the team shop,
Yeah.
probably picking up some new drip. You know what I mean?
Came
He
back
comes
up
back with a.
Bell drive-through. I mean, they're the Taco Bell drive-through.
He
You know,
came back, but he got like a $13 like cookie cutter pizza, but the cheese wasn't even melted on top of it. I don't know, man.
Acrisure Stadium's concession on the hot seat.
No, Rio's on the hot seat. That's all I can say.
That's always.
That's about it for me.
Yeah. About it.
That's all we got. New gaming avenue will be streaming on, so keep a lookout for that. We'll tweet the links. We got the Twitter under wraps. So, anything else, boys, before we sign off?
I got one thing, a bone to pick with you. Actually, you've been yeah.
Ooh.
You've been slacking in the meme game on Pittsburgh.
I've been busy. Yeah, I got.
I know.
Shit. There's no memes. Like, what am I supposed to make a meme out of when the Steelers are getting dumped on every week?
I mean,
I had a good
Stop it! He's already dead. You know, stuff like
Yeah,
that. That's what I was waiting
That's
for.
expected.
I
deep dive my memes. I don't get cookie cutter. You know.
Sometimes you have to hit that low hanging fruit.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have.
I got.
You want a meme? You want a meme? I'll meme. I'll meme all this week. I'll be
All right.
memeing this week.
All right.
Yeah, whatever. Pick these bones.
It's in the sink.
This episode.
Steelers season's in the sink.
Roberts is in the sink too. Look at the guy. Cartier glasses.
John Lennon over here.
Yeah.
Something like that.
All the people.
All right.
All right. Episode 12. Thank you all for listening. Yeah, Steelers are a shit show. Episode 13 next week. See you guys later.